Hello, I'm the Wandering Newbie, and today I'm playing a game that you might be familiar with. Anywho, it's Undertale. It's been a year. It's been a year already since Undertale came out, and I figured, I never streamed Undertale, and I kind of felt like playing through again, so why not stream/record it? But yeah, hard to believe it's already been a year. Um, Undertale's an odd game for anybody who hasn't played. Which, by the way, if you haven't played Undertale, if you're watching this on stream, or if you're catching this on the VOD or on the YouTube channel, if you find that you like what you're seeing, maybe stop watching, go pick up the game and play it, because this game is exceptionally good, and it's even better if you're playing and if it's your first time. Anywho, let's get started. You, of course, get to name our character. Sometimes it's hard for me to find letters in this kind of stuff. Whoops! I spelled my name wrong. There we go. So, that's it. That's just the game starts. Just like that. This is our main character. Apparently called Newbie. And I guess we'll just continue on. So, Undertale is sort of an RPG, but it has this very interesting battle mechanic, which was one of the first things that drew me to the game. And also, like, it's very cutesy and everything like that, so I kinda have a draw to minimalistic games. Flowey here is teaching us how combat works. Oh dear. And that's also one of the things that appealed to me really quickly, because I kind of have another soft spot in my heart for games that are a bit more than they appear. So the opening to this game is very, very wordy. That'll slow down a bit as the game continues. As you know, they're introducing you to everything. The later parts of the game are still a little wordy, but because obviously the story of this game is one of the big driving points. But you know, it gets better. Not to say that the beginning is bad, just it's a little slow. And Toriel here is, you know, helping us out, marking what switches we need to hit. Very nice of her, but you know, even if you wanted to, it's not. It doesn't even do anything. Now we actually get access to all of our commands. You know, fight, act, item, mercy. The first and third are pretty explanatory, but act is a little different. Act is just sort of a general do things command. And now there are actually many ways that you can go about various situations in this game. And even that fight has about 4 different ways it can conclude. But I'll leave that for you to figure out. So, puzzle between these 2 rooms. Our first actual combat. And we could attack, but I'm not much for attacking. So let's just give him a nice compliment. And true to our word, Toriel comes and helps us out if we have problems. Alright, so there's spikes over here. And then that's our hit. And if we look at this, we can see this kind of goes into pattern, so obviously we just gotta follow this pattern in the other room. It's all pretty simple. But, you know, Toriel's not gonna let us. I could have done it myself, You can't even like hurt yourself either. You can't even like walk on the bad parts either. Finally, we get a task for ourselves. Can we make it to the end of this room? It's pretty big task, if you ask me. I could have sworn there was something you could do by inspecting that. But now we have a new menu option, the cell phone. You can flirt with her, or you can call her mom. And then, I mean, you can do both. I think if you actually do those two options in the reverse order, she says, "That's a little weird that you flirted with me and then called me mom." So if you actually wait in that past room for like 10 minutes or something, you get a call from Toriel asking if you're being good, and then eventually you get a call. Oh. Ah. So the other mechanic here, and I was actually walking over to the NPC that explains it, is there's two ways to end combat. To destroy an enemy, or to give them mercy. And this is how combat works. So you take a turn, they take a turn, so on and so forth, and that's how it just goes. Whimsum here is so meek that we can actually just spare them outright. So there's two ways to mercy. Through act and through fight. And the yellow text is supposed to tell us that, yeah, take candy. And we're a good boy, and we only take one candy. It said take one, didn't say take many. But yeah, you can either act till the enemy doesn't want to fight, or you can beat it within an inch of its life, and then let it go. I'm more of a cinnamon person myself. Not really. I'm okay with butterscotch. Alright, so new puzzle. Pretty simple. Push a rock. Oop, we don't want to fight. We want a mercy. Whimsims are obviously extremely easy because you actually don't have to do anything. I can't. I was like, am I gonna be able to show this off? Did I just accidentally solve it? But there you go. Don't step on the leaves. It mirrors top and bottom. It's a pretty simple puzzle. Ah, Frogget. It's a bit more complex. First, you have to chat him up a bit. And then you can mercy him. I do like that the hole stays there. So multiple enemies. I was a bit confused there for a moment. I was almost certain that you had to do something to these guys. Though it has been a year. So I guess we can just spare them. Ah, there we go. What? Ah. If you remember, the sign said 3 out of 4 rocks recommend that you push them. And here we have a ghost. A sleepy ghost. A ghost that's pretending it's asleep. Well, I mean, I don't really want to. But I suppose we have to. Alright, so this is the first, like, kind of a boss fight. Well, let's just flirt with him. Oh. Oh. Well, he seems a little upset, so let's try and cheer him up. Oh. Oh, I'm sorry. Alright, so that's working. Let's just keep that up. I mean, it's not a bad joke. It's pretty good. So yeah. Oh, and here we have the first shop. Though I don't have much money. Ooh, how did that happen? Now, the spider bake sale is actually kind of important. I think there is actually like a fourth frog. It's like hidden. Yeah, there you go. There's the outright tutorial. That's just like, hey, if their names are yellow, that means you can spare them. Yeah, so apparently the mole's small. You can just always mercy. But who's this guy? So yeah, sometimes you get enemies together and their attacks combine. So we spare. And now he's feeling better. I think his description actually changes. Nope. We need a bit more money though. And the game just being like, hey, inventory is a thing. We already know how to deal with this encounter, so I'm just gonna go through it real fast. What? Uh-oh. Now there's this devour option, but let's just talk to it. Oh. Well, I guess that does make sense. Plants can't talk. Eat your greens. Ah, I see. Eat your greens. You get it? And now it's satisfied, so we can just spare it. Ah, we do have money now, so let's take a quick trek back. But yeah, that's kind of the big draw of Undertale, is it's really cute. It's constantly making just like little jokes. It's definitely one of the... Actually, I have a lot of money. How much is the big thing? Oh, it's 18. Eh. A donut is enough. Yeah, Undertale is one of the few games I've picked up in the last couple of years that has just made me laugh, just straight. Ah, there's our switch. Oh, and a friend. Actually, eating the green vegetables does actually refill 1 health. So if you're good, you can get your health back. And I just remember I did see that before. So good thing to put that on. And we'll finally get that switch. Ah, here we go. The first real kind of puzzle in this game. So the far door does not exit, it simply marks a rotation in perspective. And there's these 3 mushrooms here. Or switches. That don't do anything. Alright, so it wants us to press the blue switch. But we don't see a blue switch. Ooh. Alright. We got a big party here, and one we haven't seen yet, so... Don't pick on him. Alright. So, don't pick on him. The encounters do get a bit more complex as the game goes on. Taking damage, spare lives. Yes, Look's full name is Look Eyewalker. Again, the jokes are very subtle and not slammed in your face, but they are there. Okay, anyway, back to the puzzle. So, the last room said that the door wasn't an exit, it was just a change of perspective. And we don't see a blue switch, but there's a red and a yellow. And there's another pillar over here, and if we look behind... Ah, so that's where the switch is. So now it just becomes a matter of remembering where each switch is. Fairly simple, but I like it for like the first actual puzzle. And then actually, if you're doing process of elimination, you could figure that, yeah, this one's the green switch, which I believe would be here. Okay. I wasn't actually 100% sure on that one. Oh. Vegetoid with other enemies is actually one of the worst encounters in the first area. Because it is actually a bit rough to get to those green vegetables sometimes. And other, like, for instance, the, what's this thing called? Migosp. Migosp. Kind of has a lot of side attacks, so if the green comes down the side, you're just in a bad situation. Well, everybody's too intimidated to talk tutorial, which is a really interesting comment when you think about it. She's so nice. Why would they be intimidated? Sometimes the music transitions are a little weird. There was a thing I always wanted to look up and I always forgot. And it's like, do goats eat snails? Is that why she likes snails? Or is that just a joke? I think it might just be a joke. I think I might be looking into it too much. So yeah. This is home. I probably won't spend like so much time looking at everything in areas, but there are some that are pretty good. The home dialogue is pretty outstanding, and also a dumb little touch. You now know what this is. You remember what the name of the plant is, and I like that. Ah, the backstory. I want that pie. Oh. Alright, so this is a really good touch. Alright, so Toriel must use her fire magic instead. So, alright, so we know that Toriel uses fire magic because we saw it earlier with Flowey, and also this. Toriel's making the fireplace, and she made it kid-friendly. Dumb little touches that I love. Also, another reason why I'm looking around home so much is because there's actually a lot of subtle storytelling here. Time for a nap. Ah, the pie. But for as nice as this is, we do need to move on. Oh. Toriel. I'm sorry, but it's not. Well, before continuing on, I'm just going to stop at this save point. It's a little foreboding. I hate to, but... Well, here we are. Those are some high numbers. Oh. I am a tiny bit out of practice. Oh. That one I remember. Alright. There's your hint. Talking is not the solution to this. Now, we can't mercy her like we could the other enemies because she's not yellow. But there was a NPC early on that told us that, you know, sometimes if you knock people down to low health, then you can mercy them. So, maybe that's the solution. And that's combat. That's, you get that little thing that comes across. Yeah, time it pretty carefully in the middle. Oof. Ah. Should probably heal. Oh, this is gonna take a while for our little baby self. Oh, jeez. Whew. that's one of the rougher attacks. I always seem to get nicked. Alright. She's almost at half health. Maybe that's the point. Okay, yeah, there we go. A little bit below half. Let's heal again. Can we No, still not yellow. Maybe we can talk her down, though. Nope. Alright. Reduce her health a little bit more. And we'll see what happens. There's like a threshold, like 20% or something like that. Ah, damn it. Oh. Oh dear. We broke her heart. Metaphors that I love. Welp. Welp. Long corridor does not fit. Oh, you. About that. What if we could? What if? What if we could go back? I will fast forward through this dialogue for the most part. So it's a good thing. It's an interesting thing about Undertale is to note that for the most part, you can get through almost every encounter non-violently. There are possibly one or two exceptions to this, but in those exceptions, the game is pretty good about making it very apparent that, you know, you're not talking your way out of those situations. Anywho. And this is the main reason I love Undertale. Look, there's a reason I do anything, ever. And if you talk to her, I love it. Yeah, and there you go. Like if you do restart, you're like, how do I get through this? The talking does actually give you a thing. So the solution is to be 100% passive. And I haven't really been talking about it, but the music in this game is fantastic. Like, I kind of liked it from the get-go, but, like, this song in particular was a song that made me go, yo, this game's alright. And I think soon we should be hitting the threshold. Yeah, right here. So, this fight is extremely hard to lose. Because once you get to 2 health, Toriel actively avoids you. Now, that is to say, it is actually possible to die. And there is a single sprite in the game of Toriel just like hands over her mouth in shock if she actually finishes you off. Also, the other hint for you is that if you continuously hit the spare option, you do get different dialogue. But like, look, like they actively avoid you. It's not even just like they're going down the middle. Like, nope. And now she has just straight up stopped trying to fight us. And I'm not going to do it, but if you want to be extremely rude and you attack her right now, it is a one-hit kill. So I like to imagine here our player Newbie is just staring at her, just dead stare, straight in the eyes. So yeah, it's a really interesting thing of just the player character is aware of past actions, like things that you do, and then reload the game. The player character is aware of that. Aww. Aww. Well, yes, I'm aware of like getting through like the overarching story and everything like that, but like just like of things that you do before. And here you go. And this, when I was playing, is where it got interesting. Yep. That, yeah, that was the part that sold me as well.